Hey, what's good everybody? This is your girl Miss P. I hope that you are doing fabulous. I'm doing well and I am here to give you guys an overview, my thoughts of the Crazy Sexy Cool, the TLC movie. I'm a super fan of TLC. Like, I stand out for TLC. I love them, okay? I think that was the first CD I ever purchased myself, like with my money when I was little. I was 9 years old, I'll never forget it, when Fan Bell came out, and I loved it. And that's when I really got into music, after I purchased Fan Mail, and I loved that album, and then I had to go back and get all their other albums. So I love TLC. I do. If you're under a rock and you don't have any of TLC's music and you want to check them out, I don't know why you would do this, but head over to Spotify. I've been talking about Spotify for a long time. You can download it on your phone. You can also download it on your computer, and you are able to listen to not only TLC's music, but anybody's music. So definitely check down below. The link will be down below. You can go ahead and get into it. Also, get into feature points. A lot of you guys have been telling me you enjoy feature points. I talked about it in my last video, and that's where you can get gift cards to Amazon, PayPal, I believe you can do Starbucks, and there's plenty of other ones that you can have as well. But all you do is download apps, and you play the apps, and then you get points. And once you rack up your points, you cash them in for either cash or gift cards, and I love it. So definitely use my referral code down below. I get points, you get points, and we just keep racking up points and getting gift cards. Boom, that's how I do. I'm so glad that they have now done a movie. I'm amped about it. I love that they went through VH1, and the reason why I say this, I'm not sure if VH1 was a part of the Temptations story or the Jackson's American Dream. I don't know, but they play it a lot. I always talk about the Temptations and the Jacksons and American Dream, as well as the Tina Turner What's Love Got to Do with It. That movie, those are the best movies that I have seen that depict artists. You don't even see the people except for Leon and Angela Bassett. You know them and Lawrence Fishburne. But all those other characters, you're like, oh my God, they became those characters. Like, every time I see Leon, I see David Ruffin. You begging me not to leave you. Even dude who played Blue, he's now a single ladies. Honey, I don't even know what his name is. I always call him Blue. Seriously, Angela Bassett, even though she's played a lot of roles, I still see her as Tina Turner. Like, even though she looked nothing like her, I see her as Tina Turner. So I wanted to start out with the cast. Keke Palmer, Drew Sidora, and Little Mama as TLC. And when I first heard, I was like, oh my God, no, are they serious? But I have to say that these girls really transformed. I have to give it up to Lil Mama. Lil Mama slayed. Like, she was amazing. At times, I was like, she had all of Left Eye's mannerisms, her sayings, her face. I mean, everything. It was like, oh my God, is that what? And then when she had the contacts in, it was crazy. Like, some of those scenes, I was like, oh my God, is that Left Eye? Especially when she was in Honduras and she had the bandana on. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. This is too much. And Keke Palmer, she played Chili. And at times I was like, okay, I see the Chili because she used her southern accent a little bit. But at certain times I was looking at Keke Palmer. So she did okay. Now Drew Sidora, I have to say, she really pulled T-Boz off really good as far as her laid back persona and how her voice was. And she did really good. I was surprised with Drew Sidora. I did not see Drew Sidora at all. Overall, I have to say, Lil Mama, she put in work. Like, seriously, I hope they gave her a good amount of change because she did great. Evan Ross as Dallas Austin, I had my eyebrow up for a minute because I was like, how in the hell is he gonna play Dallas Austin? But Dallas Austin to me has always been really kind of spaced out and weird. So I saw how it worked. Not saying Evan was like that, but the last role I saw Evan Ross playing besides Pride was ATL. I got some cutty last night. So that's why I was like, what? I don't see it. Oh my God. Cole for Martin as L.A. Reid. I did not see that at all. I was like, what? And I'm glad he only had like 3 scenes. Rochelle, she played Pebbles and she nailed it. I loved it. I mean, I'm not a Pebbles fan, so I never knew. Like, I of course knew Mercedes Boy. I knew that. But as far as looking at interviews and being a super fan, I don't know her mannerisms and things like that, but she played it pretty well to me. Who casted the boyfriends? Andre Rison and Matt 10. Like, too much. It was not going down. As far as Andre Rison, I could see that a little bit, but Mac 10, he looked like a deflated Mac 10. I was not impressed. I was like, who? What? Altogether, it was a cute movie. I really enjoyed the movie, and I felt as though they stayed a long time on the TLC tip. Like, that was a whole hour. And I was talking to my best friend yesterday, and we were talking about the movie because she's a super fan too, and we were like, they should have broken this up into hours albums, or at least 3 hours, because I felt like the last hour and a half was very rushed. But that was the meat of the movie that I really wanted to see, because I was like, okay, I knew Pebbles named Jip, y'all, but at the same time, we knew that already. In the end, I must say, since I'm a super fan, it was out of sequence. Like when Left Eye, she had on the pink bandana, and she was talking about how she's in a great place and she's trying to be clear. That was after TLC did their last performance, or it was either during that time. It was not before fan mail. So I was sitting here like, no, no, no. Okay, relationships. Honey, I can keep going with this, but the relationship aspect, of course, you knew about Chili and Dallas Austin, and I didn't know that whole saga with them until I was watching What Chili Wants, when she talked about how she got an abortion while she was in TLC before they were hot. And then she was talking about how she had to have a baby with him, and I really believe that was psychological because of, you know, the issues that she had with her dad. So it was just a lot, and I'm surprised they didn't dig deep into that so that viewers who didn't know about TLC would figure that out. Like, because she met her father on the Sally show. Y'all remember back in, like, was it 95, 96? I don't know, but they should have put that in there because that was around the same time. That would have helped and been like a healing type of aspect. But I'm glad at the end she was like, Dallas, I can't do this no more. You late, boo-boo. I loved that. You see why she's so picky, and I get it. And T-Boz was like, I told her he was a dog, honey. You should have, okay? They also, I don't know if y'all really got it, but T-Boz's character, she was with Dalvin the Great from Jodeci. Yeah, he was doing her wrong when she was sick. He wasn't supporting her and all of that. And then she got married to Mac 10. They didn't go into that either. I guess she didn't want to. Then it was a deflated Mac 10. So those were her relationships, and they didn't really dig too deep. But I love, like, when Left Eye, she was burning everything up, they had cued to Dallas and Chili's relationship and T-Boz's relationship. So they were all going through something at the time. Last but not least, you had Left Eye with Andre Rison, and of course she was with Ashley Larry too. We all knew about the Andre Rison thing. I knew a little bit about Ashley Larry, but not that much. And I didn't know Baby Boy was married. Oh my God, Left Eye, girl. R.I.P. But get your life. Of course, there were trials all through the movie. Chili, she got kicked out of the group for being quote unquote loose. I really felt like Pebbles was mad because Chili was the cute one and everybody was paying her attention. And baby, didn't nobody want to ride in your Mercedes girl no more. So, ooh, Pebbles. Pebbles and Peppertone getting them for all they were worth. I mean, seriously, y'all, if you are getting into anything, whether you want to be famous or not, whatever, read your contracts. It don't matter if you getting some carpet installed. Read your contracts. They $25 stipend per week, even in the 90s, that is robbery, honey. Don't have time. And Pebbles has since said that all of that is some shat. And I'm like, okay, Pebbles, I'll see it. It's something about Pebbles' eyes when you look at her. You like, she full of shit. Like, full of deep shat. T-Boz, of course, she had sickle cell, and she came out and told everybody, and you know, she's been battling that for years, but she has been beating the odds. Like, they said she couldn't have kids. They said she wouldn't live past like 25 or something, and baby girl still kicking, okay? Do that. And I was watching Totally T-Boz. I'm telling y'all, I'm a super fan. I watch everything. Totally T-Boz era, how she had a brain tumor, and she had to learn how to walk and sing and all of that again. And I'm like, dang girl, like, chill for the rest of your life, baby. You have been knocking it out. Everybody knows about Left Eye burning the house down. I'm glad they didn't go deep into that, because I mean, you've seen all of that. Everybody knows about that. And also the creative issues, that's what they really got into, because they were there during the time of fan mail and how she wanted to branch out and do her own thing, how she didn't want to go back on tour for $25 million for just 10 days. Like, it was serious. And they were like, are you kidding me? We go from broke to now having money and you don't want to do nothing. But Left Eye, she really said, hey, I did the fan mail tour and now I am going to do what I want to do creatively. But shout out to their new management who took over and got them deals and all of that. But it's so messy how their own people that started with them didn't want to see them succeed and didn't know that they would be as big as they were. Like, it's a mess. And then they had to pay $3 million to get the name TLC. Like, that's ratchet. It's crazy how Left Eye, of course, she wanted to go off and do her own thing creatively. But have you also noticed, like, artists before the 90s, especially black artists, black groups. They couldn't branch off and do their own thing. Like, it wouldn't work because none of them were stars. It was all of them together that made them great. Like Left Eye, if she went off, I did hear her solo album when she did it, but I wasn't really feeling it because you had to have T-Boz and Chili. Like, if Chili went off and did something by herself, I'd be like, oh, okay. Same thing, but you have artists after the 2000s who broke out, and okay, we're not gonna talk about Destiny's Child, but we'll take them for instance. Like, all of them could be stars in their own right because it wasn't, not saying it wasn't cohesive, but you had a definite star in the forefront, like Beyonce, and it was like, okay, you know she gonna break out. But in TLC, none of them were like, ooh, I'm singing, I'm the only one doing my thing. I mean, you heard T-Boz a lot, but without Chili and Left Eye, it wasn't really gonna work. Of course they performed in this movie because it was a music based movie. I'm so mad they didn't do the full Creep. They just were on the video shoot. I was like, are you kidding me? You did not do Creep? Same thing with No Scrubs. They did a No Scrubs performance, didn't even let Lisa rap. I was like, that's ratchet. Like, that's what I live for. And even when I hear it on the radio, No Scrubs or Waterfalls, and I don't hear Left Eye's rap, I'm pissed. They were spot on in the early 90s with What About Your Friends and Ain't Too Proud to Beg. Spot on with how they looked and the performance. It was great. And they were spot on with Waterfalls. The best part about the editing with the movie is how they took newspaper articles and how they took little spots here and there, how they were on different award shows and they were having different interviews, and how they took the real thing and put them in there. It was so crazy because sometimes you were like, is that them? No. And I love the Grammy scene. That was one of the best scenes that I saw. Now, who is that supposed to be in the green? Everybody's been saying it was supposed to be Beyonce, but I doubt it. Like, who was that really supposed to be? Did y'all see in the club scenes how they had Ciroc bottles up? I was like, okay, give me 1 second. Andre Rison with the fedora and the fur. I wasn't ready. Let's see what else I wasn't ready for. The girl that got kicked out of the group the first time, Crystal. Baby girl really couldn't sing like that. Like, seriously, I heard she was on a radio station in Atlanta talking about how that was some bull, that she wanted her mama to read the contract. That's why she didn't progress. I was like, oh, okay. The end of the movie, I'm glad they didn't take too long to talk about the funeral scene and how she died. I'm so glad they didn't do that. But the ending with Meant to Be with Neo, that was really good. I love that. I just wish that it would have been them that came in and did that scene. Not so much Drew Sidora and Keke Palmer. I wish it was just the real T-Boz and Chili and how they go in the studio and do it. I thought that would have been much better. But I'm glad that they ended it just like that. But overall, it was a cute movie. Let me know what you guys thought about this TLC movie. Thank you guys so much for asking me to do this whole overview on it because I really enjoyed it. I love it. And I will definitely be back to do official reviews next week for brand new What She Say Half an Hours because Love and Hip Hop comes back, and there's some other shows that are coming back on that I really want to get into, and I miss going back and forth with y'all in the What You Say Half an Hour, so I'll be officially back next week. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace, love, and all that good stuff. God bless.